This is Russell today, and hey everybody. I love I click a button, all of a sudden people start jumping on. It gets me so excited. So hello everybody, welcome to today's Periscope. Yes, I love the hearts, it gets me excited. In fact, click the hearts, I'll give you guys a money button. What's up, Brian? What's up, Paul? How's it going? Jeff Barnes is here. Oh yeah, Ricardo, I'm dropping the goods today, every day. Oh, Mary says, listen to my book right now as we speak. Oh, man. Show me the money button. Show me the money button. Hello from Brazil. Chad, what's cracking? Chris Wilson, we are talking about some awesome stuff. Yes, this is my office, you guys. This is where I do most of my stuff. This is the office. Jeremy loves ClickFunnels. Andy Mack is in his house. All right, what's up, guys? Very, very cool. I am live and excited. So we're not going to spend a ton of time today. Ooh, from Los Angeles to Hawaii. What weight did I wrestle? Great questions. I wrestled 165 in college, 145 in high school. Bo Tellin is working on his funnel now. Or is that Bo? Probably. Bo, awesome. Ricardo's working on a funnel. Man, I'm getting questions drop like crazy. But that's not the point of today's training. In fact, today we're going to be talking about bootstrapping versus VC. Because I had some interesting comments this weekend that made me kind of laugh. Sasha said I'm younger than expected, but I look more mature, right? I may be young. No, I'm actually pretty old. I've got 5 kids, so I'm not too young. All right. Oh, thanks. Wyndham said, love my personal story on my blog. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, so if you guys want to hear about how to launch your money without VC, or launch your business, give me a double tap. I need bootstrapping rock music. All right. I need give a triple tap if you really want to know. Because this is the key. Port Lake Band B picked up 3 new clients the last few days. That's awesome. Mark Banger thought the video was awesome. Cool. All right, we're past 100 people. Now I can get started with all the good stuff. Okay. So this weekend, I can't remember. It was on one of my blog posts and 2 or 3 other places. I saw people talking about VC money. Like, oh, Russell, I want to get my business started, but I don't have any money. Okay. I don't have any money. That's what everybody always tells me. What's up? Christina wants to bring my product to Brazil. Okay, Wyndham's bootstrapping too. Okay, so, and I tell people all the time, do not freaking even think about VC money, first off. I think it's just nuts. So in fact, we had Neil Patel out here last month, and he was like, why don't you take on VC money? And I was like, and I told him like 10 horrible things. He's like, that wouldn't happen to you. And then like we started talking about one time he took VC money, and exactly what I said happened to him. So, definitely don't want to do VC stuff, right? But the bigger part is you don't need to. Like, that's the coolest thing about this business, the online business. You do not have to. Okay, I've launched, I think since I've been started, I think it's been eight different companies I've launched have done over $1 million in sales with zero VC funding, capital, anything. We all kind of bootstrap them. And so I want to kind of walk through some of the concepts for you guys. So the first thing, and I did a Periscope on this a little while ago, so if you've missed any of my past Periscopes, we do archive them on blog.dotcomsecrets.com. So you see when I talked about Dream 100, I've done a lot of training about Dream 100. But the biggest thing is like, when you're first launching a company, if you don't have any cash, that's fine. You just got to be creative. You got to be resourceful. You can't keep thinking about, well, I have no money for Facebook ads or for Google ads or for any of these different ads. Someone wants to see the whiteboard. This whiteboard, check it out. It's not just a normal whiteboard. It's multiple whiteboards inside of whiteboards inside of whiteboards. It's like a dream inside of a dream inside of a dream. Anyway, so where was I going? Sorry, I got entrepreneurial ADD. I got all these hearts flowing, tons of hearts. I got people's comments. It's hard for me to focus, but it's important. All right, so I'll do 360 off while I'm talking. So basically, I didn't have money for any of those kind of things when I got started, and most of you guys don't either, and you shouldn't have to worry about it anyway. Like, you do not need money to launch a company. All you need is your passion, your excitement, like what you care about is the first thing. And then you got to find, initially, like all marketing, selling anything. Let's say I want to sell my money button, right? Or I want to sell this wallet, or I want to sell my car, whatever it is. Like, I've got to find a distribution channel, right? How do I get this out to people that want to buy it, okay? And so a lot of us look at like, well, who's got a distribution network? Well, Zuckerberg's got one, so I'm going to give him some money to put my ads on Facebook, and then this other thing, right? Or I want to create a product, but I don't have any money to go and create the supplement and this and all these different things, right? And so everyone's stressing out about it. So one concept I want to kind of go through with you guys first off, if you want to be successful without having to give up equity and VC and all that kind of stuff, is you got to learn the difference between resources and being resourceful. Okay, this is key. because I always hear people all the time, whenever they complain about how they can't do something or why they are not able to do something, it's always a resource problem. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the capital. I don't have the brain power. I don't have whatever it is. They don't have the resources, some resource, right? All right, if you agree with that, give me some hearts. Give me a double tap or a triple tap. Okay, the biggest excuse I hear is that they don't have the resources, okay? Yes, I learned from Tony Robbins, Simon Cryer knows, okay? You got to look for, if you don't have the resources, you got to be resourceful. How can I be resourceful, okay? Resources and resourcefulness sound very similar, but they're completely different, right? So you got to learn how to be resourceful if you want to bootstrap. So for me, when I got my business first started, I had $0, okay? Some of you guys have, if you got any dollars, then you had more than me, okay? So that's the first key. I didn't have anything, so I was like, well, I didn't even know what VC money was. Like, honestly, I didn't know how to raise that. I didn't know that was even a possibility. All I knew is I needed to hustle and make some money. And so the first thing I did is I went to a forum, a group of people that were in the same market as me. I was like, hey, I got an idea. This is what my idea is. And a whole bunch of people were like, that's a good idea. I'm like, cool, I got no money. I've got a little bit of time, but zero money. How many of you guys want to partner on this? And I had like, I don't know, I think I had 200 or 300 people like, I'll partner. All these people saying they were a partner. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, how about this? If anyone puts in $100 in this project, we'll all be partners. We'll split it up between everybody. And they're like, okay. And so what happened is within 2 days, I got 50 people to send me $100, 52 people actually. So made $5,200. We took that money, we hired some programmers, we launched our first startup SaaS company, and that was the beginning of it, right? And from there, we were able to leverage it and to grow it, okay? But because I was resourceful, I didn't have the resources, okay? It's a big key. Now, when you're launching something, again, initially, like I like starting businesses that don't take a lot of capital, right? Supplement businesses you can do in private label. Okay, we've started supplement companies for literally under $100. So you can start a private label supplement company quick. Info product companies are very low cost. Coaching companies low cost. Like starting with things that you don't have a huge startup cost, right? So then your only startup cost is the distribution channel. How do you get your message out to people? All right, that's the question. Is that a question for you guys? How do I get people to see my products? If you have issues with that, give me a triple tap. I need tons of hearts. Because I can answer, I can solve the problem for you guys want. But I need a lot of hearts or I'm not going to solve it. All right, Snowflakey11 says, Steven Larson said, gosh, yes. I need more hearts then. How about quadruple tap? You really want to know this. Because this is it, you guys. This is it. The only thing you should have to, the only thing you have to worry about is your ClickFunnels subscription. That's it. Everything else is easy. All right, so this is the thing. There are different distribution channels online, tons of them, right? You got Zuckerberg's over at Facebook. You got Larry and Sergey's over at Google. You got the dude who started Twitter. Like there's distribution channels that we know of, right? And we're like, okay, I got to go and buy ads over there. But there's tons and tons and tons of distribution channels that don't cost you any money up front, okay? For example, when I first got started, I started looking around and I couldn't afford Google ads. In fact, I had $0 in the bank, so I couldn't afford any ads. If you're on your phone, Curtis, you just tap the screen and it gives me a heart. Or double tap gives me more hearts. Triple tap gives me tons of hearts. That's what a tap is. If you're on your computer, I think you can click too, but I don't know. All right, so and so I started looking at it. I'm like, well, I can't afford getting this pre-Facebook, but I didn't have any money for Google ads, so I'm like, I got to figure something out. And I started looking around. I started finding people who were in the same market that I was in, who were selling similar things as me. And I was like, okay, well, I got to get to know these people. And so I did this really weird thing where I tried to become friends with them. And then I eventually became friends with them. Hey, do you see Philosophy? She loves ClickFunnels. So do I. Anyway, so I started becoming friends with these guys. And I just called them on the phone, got to be friends with them, and eventually I made good relationships. And some of these guys had email lists. They were distribution channels to their customers. I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. And so, sweet, Curtis is tapping now. Triple tap, quadruple tap. So I messaged one of them. I said, hey, I've got this product over here. I've never sold it before, but I think it's awesome. Do you think it's cool? And the guy was like, yeah, this product is cool. I'm like, sweet, do you want to send an email to your distribution channel, to your list, out for my product? And he's like, all right. So I was like, I'll give you 50. Actually, I think I gave him 100%. I said, I will give you 100. Anything you sell, I'll give you 100% of the money. I want to sell something online. I've never sold anything before. How exciting would that be if somebody bought my thing, right? Like, how many guys would like that if somebody bought your thing? Like, that would be, if you want someone to buy your thing, give me a double tap at least. Yeah, that's exciting, right? So I'm like, just if you sell some of my things, I'll give you all the money. I just want to see people buy it. So he sent a little email to his little list. The list wasn't huge. He had 3,000 or 4,000 people. And from that list, they went to the website, and I think we had like 13 people bought. So it wasn't a ton, but for me, it was like Christmas. Like people bought this thing that I made. And so they bought this thing, and then I had this little pop-up on the site. This is pre-squeeze pages. I had this little pop-up, and 217 people joined my list. Okay. So I'm like, man, I got 270 people on this little tiny email list and like however many, a dozen customers or so. And that was the beginning. That's how now I had something. I had an asset that I could use, right? It wasn't a huge asset, but 217 people. Somebody else, I'm like, hey man, you got a cool product. I love it. I've got a cool product that I love, and I think you should love too. How about this? My list is small, but I'll send an email to my list to sell your product. You send an email to my list, and I'll sell my product, and we'll see what happens. So I sent an email to my little tiny 217 person list. I think I made 2 or 3 sales, but then he made 2 or 3 sales for me. But guess what? My pop-up grabbed another, 20, 30, 50, 100 people or something like that. And it started growing, okay? And I started taking this list that was being grown and I started leveraging it to sell other people's products, and then they would sell mine. And that's how we started beginning it, okay? It wasn't me going and spending $1,000 a day on ads in Facebook. It's me finding partners and people that are the same level as me, okay? It's hard when you're a beginner to go like, hey, I'm going to go talk to Russell Brunson or Tony Robbins or whoever and get them to promote my stuff, because it's probably not going to happen. Sorry, it doesn't happen that way. So what you got to do is find somebody that's at the same level as you, someone that maybe only has 100 people or 1,000 people on the list, and do a partnership and cross-promote and help each other out. That's how it begins. And then when you get the list, you get the money, then you reinvest that. Okay, I was listening to a podcast. Ryan Lee, by the way, I'll shout out for Ryan Lee. He had a podcast. He had one of my buddies, Mike Lovich, on it. I think his podcast is Happiness, Happynyss, I think. Anyway, really good. And Lovich talked about how when he launched his first company, he had this thing, he started trying to sell it, nobody would buy it. And so he said finally he got Ryan. He met Ryan, and Ryan promoted it, and he made some sales. And he said that first set of sales, he made $2,000 or $3,000. He said now it was like gambling, right? You go in the casino with $100 that you're willing to lose. So you gamble it, and then you win back $1,000. Now that's house money. Now you can go and spend that money, and you don't have to worry about it, right? So when Lovich did it, he said he launched his company. Ryan was the first person promoted. He made a couple $1,000s. He then took that money, now that house money, that he doesn't care if he throws it away and gets rid of it. Now he went out and started buying ads and started driving traffic, giving Zuckerberg some money and other people that have distribution channels money. Okay, but he's reinvesting the money he's already earned. Okay, that's kind of the big key here, and that's what I really want to kind of drive home for you guys. Okay, so it comes back to what we talked about earlier, like resources versus resourcefulness, okay? Most of you guys don't have the resources right now, okay? Plain and simple. If you do have the resources, you still should do this, okay? You go out there, find people at your level, do partners, do cross-promotion, start building each other's lists, and then the money that comes from that, now you can go and reinvest that back in. Now, a couple things to be warned of. First off, I had a close friend who did this process. What's up, Mike? Mike B is on the Periscope. So I had a friend that did this process, but he did it, he almost did it right. He came out there and he launched this thing and he made some money, and it was awesome. He made, I think he made like a $3,000 or $4,000 high ticket sale. So he got this big sell, right? He made a bunch of money. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. I'm like, take that money and dump it back into ads now. Cause he did the first one doing free stuff and leveraging some relationships he had and did some cool stuff. And he got the money back, and then he went and he spent the money, and he missed it. And now his business has not grown. And now he's struggling. He's trying to do hustle again to get another thing to happen. And that was the problem, is that he took this money, took that house money. It's not your money yet, okay? You should have reinvested that back with Zuckerberg or whoever, right? Some kind of ads to get people to your site, but he didn't. He took that money and he spent it, and his business has not grown because of that, okay? People say, Russell, how did you go from having a supplement company that was tiny to a supplement company that was making, before we sold it, we were at about $6 million a year, okay? And play it at Carmen. I want to come. Anyway, what I tell them is like, we tested really, really small, and then as soon as something worked, we took that money, and I guess what? I didn't take it out of the company. I didn't go and spend it and buy something. I took it, reinvested in some ads, and then more money came back. I took that money, reinvested in ads, and then more money came back. And I kept doing that, and after 5 or 6 flips like that, boom, you're rich. That's it. That's a secret. I don't need VC money, okay? All I need is a good idea. I need to find a partnership, find someone that's got a distribution channel, figure out how I can partner with them or whatever it is, get them to promote it. When the money comes in, take that house money, reinvest it, and it does not take that long. So Wyndham, you're right, screw VCs, we don't need them. Stephen Essex said, funnel-tastic, yes. So that's the key, you guys. You don't need VC money, you don't need any of those kind of things. As soon as you do that, you give away equity. Okay, right now we're competing with a company that gave away all of their money to VCs, and now it drives me crazy. It makes me laugh. It's great for me because they're all competing. Like I was talking about with someone, I said, like, right now their customer is the VC person. That's the dude who they've got to make happy. That's their only customer. Where we're trying to serve you guys. We're trying to serve our customers, people who are using our tool, who are benefiting from it, right? And so that's the difference, is that I haven't sold my soul. I'm selling it to you guys. I'm trying to serve you guys and give you guys, you are my customer. I don't want some dude who gave me some money a while ago who now owns my soul, and that's the difference. So hope that helps you guys a little bit. But that's the key, is take the stuff and reinvest it. Now I know that, especially when you're starting business, you need some, you want to take money out of it. And so just be careful with that. Don't take a lot of money. You take a little bit of money out. Like when I made my very first sale, it was a $20 sale. And my wife and I were going nuts. We had just gotten married. I had $0 in my name. So I made $20. I took her out to eat on that $20, which was cool. But then guess what? That person refunded. And then I didn't have any money. So I learned since then that you don't take all the money out. Take out a small percentage, maybe 10% for yourself, but everything else got to be dumped back in until it's gotten to that point where you're past critical mass. And it's going to take a little while to get there. And you're going to have to work hard. And you're going to have to kiss people's butts sometimes. And you have to be really nice to people. And you're going to have to go help them. And all sorts of stuff you're going to have to do. But it's worth it. So it is really, really worth it. Real Russ Davis said, why did I sell a supplement company? Because there's this thing called ClickFunnels that is way more awesome. And I love it more. Liz said, I still pay myself $500 a week total. Reinvest. See, Liz, who went from less than a year ago, was just getting started in this business, to now she's about to cross the $1 million mark in a year without any VC money, with her hustling, with her taking it, reinvesting, and boom, boom, boom. And now look at that. All right. So thanks, Luke. Luke loves my home gym. Hope you guys had fun seeing that yesterday. All right. Well, thanks, you guys. If you like that, I'm creating an info product on Supplement Biz, but I don't have it done yet. So we will have it soon. Cool. If you guys had a good time today, give me at least a double tap. If you had a great time today, give me a triple tap. And if you had an aha moment or something, motivation or inspiring, or you realize now that, holy cow, I can do this. I don't have to make $1 million tomorrow. I just got to make a little bit, reinvest that. And within the next year from now, I'm going to be exactly where I want to. If you guys want that, give me a quadruple tap. All right. Awesome, you guys. Well, that's it for today. I don't want to spend too much more of your time. I just want to share that with you guys because it was on my mind this weekend. I heard a bunch of people talking about VC money and it drove me crazy. I'm like, why don't you just reinvest your earnings? It's so much easier. And then you get to keep it all at the end of the day. So that's it. There's the money bunny, the money button for you guys. Have an awesome day. And I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Same time-ish, same place-ish. Have an awesome night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't want to hang up. You guys are still talking to me. You give me hearts. For those who hung up, they're missing this part now. Thanks, everybody. You guys are all amazing. All right, I'll hang up for sure. For real this time. See you guys.